7:30. This one's actually.
Okay. Good morning. Like to go ahead and call to order the Rogue River Rural Fire Protection District Board Meeting. This meeting is being recorded for everybody's knowledge. And at this point, we would like to have you join in with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
John Foster.
Here.
Jim Stearns.
Here.
John Ellis.
Here.
Randy Court.
Here.
and Craig Briggs.
Present. For good of the order, if anybody has anything they want to bring forward, guests, members, or staff, this is your opportunity to do so.
I'd just like to thank everybody that participated in the town hall meeting. Unfortunately, I couldn't be here, but everybody did a fantastic job. The little TV station, I did watch it. And I think the presentations were made by Chief. Everything you guys did was very informative. I was especially appreciative of how you explained the difference between a fiscal year and a calendar year. Accounted for, there was a nasty rumor going around that we had a lot of extra money and which we didn't. And I just think you guys did a fantastic job. And I want to thank you, and I want it to be on record. I thank you. So thank you. That's everybody. The little TV station, as I call it, I think it's fantastic. Unfortunately, I couldn't see anything but on that side of the room. I couldn't figure out who was talking. I guess it was John Bond.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Not John Bond talking.
well, that's the tip off.
Yeah. I would agree with what John said too. I was unable to attend because of other issues, but I did watch it on Facebook. You did a real nice job, Jim. I appreciated that.
Thank you.
Guys at that meeting. And so thank you for that.
Just a quick follow-up on that. That video, well, if you came here, there wasn't a lot of people in the room. But that video on our website got 30 views, but that video on Facebook got 1,492 views.
Oh, wow, good.
So definitely worthwhile.
That probably made the difference because it didn't wind up 54 to 45 or something.
Yeah.
It was very close. And I think a lot of those people just swung over because of they watched and they saw what was actually going on. And I'm glad we had the capability to do that. It could have gone the other direction.
All righty, let's move on. Nikki, we'd like to go ahead and turn it over to you for your presentation.
Nikki Murphy, Wards Creek Restoration Initiative. We were grateful to be able to work with the fire district on the OSFN Blackberry cut, and we did successfully cut the first big swath of the project. Actually, we were beyond successful. Our aim was 4 acres. We reached about 4.3. Originally, the project was to have started late March. The contractor was coming in about a week late, and it would have put us too close to bird nesting season. We ended up operating the first week of October, and it worked out perfectly. We had very little water in the creek, and we were able to address as much of the blackberry in that area as possible. We also had some good participation by our stakeholders. Dale Hurst being one of them. He let us dive deep into the lot. Pacific Rentals, which is Cedar Creek Apartments, gave us carte blanche. Manufactured home community, Brookside, we were able to get in under that 0 to 30 in some of those areas with our machines. We were very, very successful. And before I give you about 2 minutes of just some of the highlights, I'd really like to start off with a video and maybe do a brief narration. There's no audio on it, just to give you a bird's eye view of what we were successfully able to do and the differences. Let me start. Thank you. This is over the area at Main Street. No worries, Sheriff. Yeah. So this is the area over Main Street, and as you can see, we're literally reaching in underneath their decks. that allowed us to come in. Get in behind Dale's place and some of the other storage areas. All of that was chock full of blackberry out here. We really got in underneath that canopy. We got in all the way on both sides underneath here, underneath creek side. They had blackberry crawling up underneath their parking structure and into the tree canopy. So we did some girdling in this area and pulled some of the larger ivy down with some of our masticating arms and our claws. Coming back up behind the veterinary area and the Frey's property here, this was nasty with blackberry. We absolutely got to all of it, including some of the tree growth that had occurred. Scott, the owner of the Pub and Putt location, we got to both sides of this. I gave him carte blanche, of course, over here, and we ended just about here. We really wanted to continue the video to demonstrate, even from a view, with that blackberry infestation in there, you can truly see the density, the carpet-like effect. And when you compare it to other areas that we've addressed, you can see where the removal of the blackberry really gets rid of that flammable understory. We went all the way down to classic in this video to demonstrate some of the additional need, and I'll get to that here in a second because I had some discussion with the city about it. I really like this particular shot because we're going to use this as an education tool. It really demonstrates to the community that winding narrative of how important the creek is as far as safety and fire mitigation efforts, and the proximity of housing to our tree canopy, the creek itself, and if blackberry is still present, literally how close it is to wooden fencing and other items. This has become a really good tool. This is Mr. Broadwater's property. He passed. It was purchased by the Smiths in conjunction with our work underneath here. They did quite a few burn piles. Unfortunately, I think they did so many at one point. There was a little complaint about the smoke, but that's since done. I will be talking to the manufactured home park about this wooden fence. This is a ground level demonstration of the mastication of the blackberry. This is that fence. This is what the blackberry did to it. I'm talking to fire folks, so you know this is a wick underneath that stuff. This, by the way, will all mulch down pretty well, except for our bigger pieces. It's going to look really nice as ground mulch here, probably by February, once we get some nice weather. Getting here up against, we actually went up against the fencing where they had let it grow out and just go crazy. We also found where we are going to be able to demonstrate to some landowners that their gardener or themselves shouldn't continue to dump that stuff over the fence. A couple of highlights about it. We have achieved a $5,000 participation by one of our landscaping and plant properties that's going to go towards the Pub and Putt location, the Hall veterinary area, and on the slope down below my office. We're using that as a public demonstration point. Our planting date, replanting, is January 17th, and we'll be doing that in conjunction with Rogue Rivers Garden Club and a couple of the other groups that want to participate. It'll be a community education about what is native, what should the creek look like, and how we're going to support it. We did get to approximately 4.3 acres, a little bit better than our 4. This Saturday, November 15th, I've had extensive conversations with Brookside HOA president and some of the members of their board. We're doing a full presentation to the residents and the board members. We expect maybe 20 to 25. They supported us in doing a mailer to their residents. We are bringing in opportunity for them to have our home inspections for defensible space, additional work that they would like to have done behind their property in the riparian area. They have a couple of dead trees. They wanted to know how to go about correctly addressing those. Which agencies do they work with? We're going to help them with that. We are also presenting to them that they themselves within their HOA become a fire waste community. Some of the things that we looked at as WCRI is it's a natural defined community. Let's see about creating a fireways community in there. They have special needs for access, ingress, egress, and mobility. We've talked with Herb Johnson. We're also looking to create another fireways community within the project area itself on both sides of the creek. Presenting that to Herb, he may be able to bring a crew in, depending on his schedule, to do some additional work at no cost. So we're really looking at ways to stretch the effectiveness of the original OSFM dollar that we received. I have additional meetings that I'm setting up with Pacific Reynolds, at Cedar Creek Apartments, the manufactured home community about their fence. And we're using this video and a few of our before and after. In our OSFM